Fear is only for those who have something to lose. Hi, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm covering fear and how to stop fear from controlling you. Nowadays, tons of people suffer from fear, and it's especially noticeable because of the uncertainty of the situation and in the world because of the virus. But there was this fear before the virus as well. People fear about the future. People fear about many things. So how to stop fear from controlling you so you can feel it as an emotion but not suffer? If you're new to the channel, consider clicking that subscribe button so you don't miss other videos that I'll be posting in the future. And without further ado, let's hop into this video. Of course, you can have natural fear, like, for example, a bear is attacking you, and of course, you feel fear, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just trying to make you survive. But notice that emotions can help you, can be helpful for you, and then also emotions can control you. And so, what we want is control over our emotions because emotions are basically information for the mind. So, they help us navigate this reality and this world we live in, and they help us survive. The problem comes when emotions take control of you, and then you suffer all the time, basically. So, to make a distinction, fear is okay. Fear, as any emotion, is fine. But if it is reasonable, if there is nothing to fear, then is it okay to feel fear? Well, I don't want to feel fear when it's not necessary. I don't know about you, but that's just how I feel. So, fear is for those who have something to lose. What does that mean? It means that if you're attached to stuff and if you're attached to this vision of reality, how it should be, and if you're attached to um, your success, like you fear failure or whatever, realize that you think you can have something, and then there is this other situation. You imagine that this other situation, like failure, and you fear that it will happen, and that means is you're attached to one situation. I mean, your ego is attached to one situation because it feels like you can lose something. If life completely feels like a game where you win or lose, of course then you will fear losing. Of course, sometimes it's helpful to think of life as a game, but in this case, when it's making you fear stuff, then obviously it's not. Because, well, there are tons of things that people think they need to achieve in life, like get a girlfriend or get a high paying job and be successful and be high status and everything. So, of course, then if they get those things, they are driven by fear to keep them, to not lose them, because then your whole world starts falling down. So to eliminate suffering and to eliminate this fear of failure or losing something or dying even, or whatever fear you have that is not situational, that is not a response to something, you need to get rid of the attachment to situations. You need to accept reality as it is and accept any reality that could be. For example, if you fear being homeless, I don't know what's up with this example, but if you fear being homeless and not being able to take care of your needs, physical needs, um, you need to imagine that situation, and you need to realize that it's not that bad. I mean, you're still alive. I mean, you can enjoy your life even while being homeless. You just create you just create stories. Being homeless is so fucking awful. Like you, it's basically worse than death. That's what people think. So you need to realize that that's all stories. That's all ego trying to create stories. Being homeless is bad, and being poor is bad, and not having relationships and being lonely is bad. All that is stories that fill you, that drive you, basically. So if you have attachments uh, to anything, you are destined to fear losing those things and fear not achieving some things. So if you want to not experience this kind of fear, you need to start appreciating reality as it is and in its every form. If you want to stop suffering, you need to accept whatever is happening, and you need to accept every situation that can happen. If you think that there is something bad that can happen to you, of course then you are going to fear that happening. And the solution is not to try and for example, if you fear being homeless, the solution is not to for that to drive you to get more money so you never get homeless. The solution is to get rid of the attachment to material possessions and to physical stuff and physical external reality, because you can never get enough to feel safe. The fear always, if you're attached, the fear always stays the same. You can look at very rich people. You might feel that this richness empowers them, but actually the rich people are the poorest because they need the money the most, and they are always in fear of losing it, and they always want to get more, so they never feel good, and that fear never goes away. Hopefully you realize that there is no need for attachment. And I mean, because there is nothing to get, really. You're going to die. There's this quote, it doesn't matter what you achieve in life, because you'll end up in the same place as everyone else, or something like that. But the point is that you can't you can't achieve anything, really. You will end up in the same place as everybody else, and all the attachments you get in your life, all that stuff, material stuff and riches of this world, they they live here on earth. You can't take them with yourself. And notice that um, these things that you get attached to, that they are just like weight keeping you down. For example, you might have kids, you might have a high paying job, you have a relationship, and all these things, but realize that they aren't giving you freedom. They are giving you actually chains. They are taking away your freedom, because now you have to take care of those things. You have to take care of your kids. You have to take care of your job. You have to I mean, you have you have to you have to do whatever your boss tells you. You have to take care of your relationship with your partner. So those things that you get in life, that you achieve, that success or whatever, is just attaching you to more stuff, and it's not giving you freedom, but it's taking away your freedom. Realize that kids are the most free because they don't have any attachments to external world. They don't have a job, they don't have relationships and, and these kind of stuff. Their ego isn't built like, yeah, I need to get successful. They're just enjoying reality, they're just enjoying life. So they are the most free. And if you want to become free like a child, like a kid again, then you need to get rid of the attachment to all the stuff that you attached yourself with during the growing up. So it doesn't affect you anymore. But of course, you can still achieve stuff. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can have a relationship. I mean, you can hang with some person and you can have kids and all that stuff. You can have a high paying job. That's not the problem. The problem is when you get attached to these things. The problem is when they they create identity. They create an ego for you. If you have all this stuff, I mean, if they are in your life, then that's not a problem. Why is that a problem? But if you fear losing them, if you think that those things will make you happy, and if you can't be happy without those things, then of course, then it is a problem. Fear is only for those who have something to lose. And if you think you have something to lose, then of course you are going to fear eventually. Well, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss other videos like this. And that's it. See you in the next one. Bye.